Disclaimer: I do not own the clips or music shown. These are used for review and entertainment purposes. Thank you.
Before time began, there was the Bay. We know not where he comes from. All he knows that he was the power to create films and fill them with explosions. That is how our movies were born. It also was a birth of a critic of nostalgia. But like all great power, some wanted it for good, others for evil. And so began the sequels. The sequels that ravaged our franchise until it was consumed by death. And Bay was lost to the far reaches of space. And just when all hope just seemed lost, there was a creation of a movie called Bumblebee. Now we search for another YouTuber to help our cause. Day 1.
Wasn't planning on it. Think about I'm gonna feel that tomorrow. Were you there?
Watching cartoons that I've watched since I was 5 years old is so fun.
Hey, Camden.
Oh hey Tim, I'm watching Ben 10 for the 15 millionth time. How are you?
Someone would like to see. Sure.
Tim, I don't know what you're talking about. Let's just... Oh.
Hello, tiny human. It is I, Optimus Prime, here to deliver you a message.
Oh my gosh, it's him!
Yes, I came to find an internet reviewer. I searched across the stars. Many other reviewers have reviewed our movies, but you are the exception.
But I reviewed Bumblebee, doesn't that count?
Well, yes, but the other ones.
The Michael Bay one?
Yes, it is your destiny to review them. Because I heard that Michael Bay has awakened. And you must review the movies to stop him from unleashing all the explosions around the world. Now, what are you waiting for, kiddo? Review the movie and stop ripping off the nostalgia critic.
Yes, sir! That was totally the real Optimus Prime, right? The real, actual Optimus Prime? Or that was just a PNG?
Yes, I am the real, actual Optimus Prime, and not some sort of promotional art online. Totally. I'm the real one.
Greetings, humans, Autobots, and Decepticons. It's me, Camden, on Channel Camden.
It's time to learn about Michael Bay. That's right, children. Michael Bay. You see, Michael Bay is the king of explosions. And he uses his power of explosions with movies. He also fills the American flag, over-objectification of women, and racial stereotypes to fill up the movie. Yes, it's Michael Bay.
Hey, we're gonna learn about a certain movie that kinda was one of the biggest pieces of media speaking in people's opinion on movies on the internet. Transformers.
the Michael Bay one. First one.
Transformers was a movie released in summer of 2007, directed by the Explosion King himself, Michael Bay, where it is a reboot and a reimagining of the toy line from the 80s and the cartoon that came with it. This is also not the first Transformers movie, as there was one released in 1987. Or wait, no, it was 1986, excuse me, where basically everybody dies in that movie. But this movie was released in 2007, which basically revived the Transformers franchise and introduced a lot of people to its characters and made people interested in the lore. And there are some people that enjoyed this movie, some didn't. And it also kind of jump-started movie reviews and stuff like that. It's also one of the biggest reasons, like, why people voice their opinions on the internet, because without this movie, people wouldn't be voicing their opinions on superhero movies and stuff like that on the internet as much as they do now. So today, I'm going to retrospect on this movie. But not just its movie, its siblings that it spawned. The other ones that I'm going to review. But now, I'm going to review this one. And I'm about to tell my thoughts on this glorious movie. So yeah, I am going to review a movie that millions of people already reviewed. I'm not even that original. X-Men Origins Wolverine and Spider-Man No Way Home and like Sonic 2 and some of those other movies I have not named, but I also reviewed, have already been reviewed. Now, what's another franchise that's been reviewed to death online? I am not reviewing Twilight. Never. Boys and girls, strap right in. Grab your popcorn and your Transformers action figures. Today, I'm going to review the first Transformers movie. And its unholy sequels. I guess. I don't know. Okay, so, the movie begins with Optimus Prime narrating about the Cube. Yes, the obligatory MacGuffin has to be in movies. He's basically making a speech about how much some wanted it for good, the Autobots, some wanted it for evil, the Decepticons, and how the Cube, known as the Allspark, created life on their planet. Allspark? God? And then we get to the epic title logo showing. And then you would think that we would cut to the Transformers doing Transformery things. No, we do not. We cut to the military. Oh yeah, have I mentioned that Michael Bay really loves the military? Like, he really loves it. And we open with a very diverse cast. You see, you got a black person, you got Tyrese, and also a Hispanic guy. And he speaks Spanish. And they make fun of him for it. Michael Bay, you are so politically correct. And then we cut to a Transformer being released, a Decepticon, and it attacks the military. Why did it cut to a high school? We see military men being attacked, and now we're in a high school.
None of that matters now.
What you're about to see is one of the greatest fictional characters ever in history, and ever in the history of movies, shows, anything. The greatest character. Michael Bay has created the greatest character of all fiction. They should have stopped making movies and shows after this. This character's name is Samuel James Witwicky, descendant of Archibald Witwicky.
brilliantly played by Shia LaBeouf. All may laugh and cheer and squeal and laugh, make fun of me for it, but no. Sam Witwicky is one of the greatest characters of all time. You all underestimate this character. You all laugh at him, when really, he's one of the greatest minds of our planet. You can see, this man in this scene in high school is showing his class a brilliant presentation on this man. He's talking about the glasses and the history of his great-grandfather. And you may all underestimate him, laugh, it's a show and tell, just like how the people in this movie did. But no, he is delivering something that is going to be very important to the plot later on in this movie. You can see he's showing something great. This man, look at him, Ladies Man 217. Here, okay? Like he is the greatest character ever, as you can see. He's delivering a brilliant presentation. And you all underestimate him. You all question, make fun of this man. But no, he is brilliant. Yeah, he's presenting stuff in school. I remember in school I was once presenting how McDonald's was related to science. Moving on. And he also has a love interest known as Michaela Baines, played by Megan Fox. You see, every person, every guy at the time, some even ladies, they want to be with Megan Fox. They have an interest in Megan Fox. Every guy at the time did. And then Shia LaBeouf, this man, Sam Witwicky, is trying to get with this person. Trying to pull this person. Trying to get some maidens, as some of you say today. So yeah, he's in love with Megan Fox. And her personality is, she's really pretty. She can fix cars. She has a criminal record. And, yeah, that's Michael Bay, you're so politically correct in writing women. So, yeah, and then Sam Witwicky and his annoying father. Yeah, the parents in this movie in these movies in general, are very, very annoying. And then they take him to get a new car. And Bernie Mac is there. So yeah, and then there's a certain car that's unusual. And you know which car I'm talking about. And Sam gets the car. So then he tries to drive up and, talk to Michaela. And he has a terrible wingman who's climbing on trees. One good wingman is Bumblebee. Like, Sam is driving with Michaela, right? So, like, why is the background so clear white? Like, did they fill in, like, behind a screen or something? It's so weird. Like look at the background. It's just pure white. There's nothing passing by or anything. That's kind of lazy. I'm sorry. Can I point out how much Shia LaBeouf says no in movies?
No. Oh, no. No.
He's not even a bad wingman. He's just playing love songs while he talks to his crush. You know, when I get a car that turns out to be an alien robot, I hope he does the same.
Maybe that's why I'm still single.
Oh, thanks for listening.
Oh, yeah.
You think I'm shallow? Huh?
I think you should. No. I think there's a lot more then meets the eye.
Oh, shut up!
So then Sam finds things wrong with his car, Bumblebee, as he rides around by itself, and he's all running around, tripping and falling and stuff, like this character does a lot in these movies. Greatest character of our generation. Y'all just don't see it. Yeah, and then there's also other characters in movies, like I said, the army guys. I don't feel them that they should be here. Like, I get there's activity going on in the world, but like, can it just be Sam and the robots fighting the Decepticons? Yeah, there's Tyrese Gibson and Josh Duhamel. So Tyrese was in Morbius. Is Morbius tied to the Transformers universe? Hold on. While I just said this, I just thought of that. Back in the day,
Rights 20 years ago, but it was underperforming. Don't you see? They killed Optimus. The ratings tanked. The show went off the air. The Ninja Turtles were taking over. Earthquake, a terrible flood, locusts. It wasn't my fault, I swear. Don't you know he blames himself for Marvel losing the Transformers? But why?
So yeah, I'm sad that Optimus Prime wasn't in Avengers Endgame or in Multiverse of Madness. So, there also the humans, like, there's Anthony Anderson. Shut up, Grandma! Drink your prune juice! There's a British woman. There's John Voight for some reason. Like, there's just random characters, like, they're just all around. And we haven't even saw the Transformers fight a Transformer yet. I mean, teases and Decepticons here and there, but never. We haven't seen Optimus Prime yet. So, yes, we see the great military men, because Michael Bay loves America, in the desert, and
Yeah, the military men fight Scorponok. I hope I pronounced that right. The Decepticon, and even though none of the Autobots are in this scene, it's still pretty fun. Seeing them try to shoot at them and eventually succeed. And the score by Steve Jablonsky is also great, which I will talk about later on.
So yes, cut back to Sam Witwicky's Great Misadventures, where a barricade, the Decepticon, runs after him.
Are you username LadiesMan217?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you username LadiesMan217? Are you LadiesMan217?
Fantastic scene. And Sam also catches Michaela at a Burger King. There's a lot of product placement in this movie. I mean, what do you expect when your movie's based off of toys? It's still... So, yeah, it still made me realize that after a while, like a whole hour, we barely got to see Transformers. This is like if the Sonic movie barely had Sonic and focused on Tom, and Tom gets to fight Eggman before Sonic does. I am Tom Wachowski, and the whole movie is going to be focused on me being a cop. Hopefully there won't be no blue hedgehogs running around. That will show up in like an hour. And it's all about me.
Being teased and not completely shown until an hour of the movie.
So yes, so then we finally get to see Bumblebee transform, not silhouette form, like fully see him. And him and Barricade, they throw hands.
And then we get glorious music by Steve Jablonski. Na 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 na. Finally get to see the Autobots come to Earth. And there's also one person that's running and says, "This is the coolest thing since Armageddon." Michael Bay had to put that plug in for his other movies. Someone's gonna call the ambulance on a Transformer. And then we get to see Optimus Prime transform. It takes a bit, but we still get to see him.
Autonomous robotic organisms from the planet Cybertron. But you can call us...
And the greatest thing about it is typically you will think it will be some sort of celebrity that will be voicing him. Oh, like Jack Black or Chris Pratt. No. Peter Cullen, the original voice actor of Optimus Prime, comes back to voice him. That is absolutely amazing. And he still got it. This is deeper than the original, but he still has the voice.
My name is Optimus Prime.
Okay, so now I got to explain what Optimus Prime tells Sam and Michaela. So here's Tim.
Hey guys, it's me, Tim, again, and as you can see by this art here, Optimus Prime is looking for the Allspark before the Decepticons get it, because many years ago, Megatron was trying to find it, and he got frozen in ice because of it, and Sam Witwicky's great-grandfather discovered Megatron, so his glasses is the key to getting the Allspark. And Optimus Prime learned all this through Sam Witwicky's eBay account, Ladiesman217. Enjoy.
Yes, you got to hear Optimus Prime say, eBay. Seriously, eBay. So yeah, and they also said that they learned the English language through the World Wide Web. I guess Optimus Prime spent multiple hours on Google Translate. So then they go to Sam's house and they fumble around and try their hardest to disguise themselves. And instead of turning into cars and trucks, they just hide around the house like this. And yeah, I forgot to talk about the roster. The Autobot roster. You have Optimus Prime, of course, Bumblebee, Ratchet, Ironhide, and Jazz. Yeah, you see Tyrese is the funny black guy. Bernie Mac is the funny black guy. Anthony Anderson is the funny black guy. And then, guess what? Jazz is also a funny black transformer. A politically correct director. So, they fumble around. Sam Witwicky's parents being annoying. And, then, another great character, Agent Simmons, played by John Turturro, shows up and asks what the robot activity going on here. And then they're in a car and he says out of nowhere how Michaela was had a criminal record with her dad or something. Yeah, that's totally important. And then Optimus Prime orders him to get out of the car. Then Bumblebee straight up R. Kelly's John Turturro.
Bumblebee, stop lubricating the man.
So yeah,
I keep telling Bumblebee to stop it.
so unpleasant.
And then there's police brutality, where they take out Bumblebee and Sam.
We can't just leave him to die and become some human experiment.
He'll die in vain if we don't accomplish our mission.
You know you guys can still save him,
Bumblebee
right?
is a brave soldier. This is what he would want.
I'm pretty sure he won't want to be captured.
Save the humans. They're a primitive, violent
Y'all
race.
guys can still save him.
Were we so?
Yeah, and then Optimus Prime goes on a speech about how there's good in the humans, and how good they can be. Well, Optimus Prime caring about the humans. Surely you won't go in violently and try to kill one of them later on in these series. But again, Peter Cullen does a great delivery, so... Don't worry, Bumblebee does get saved later on. But then Megatron is unleashed after being on ice for many years. So, the Autobots learned English from the World Wide Web. Megatron's been in ice for many years, broke free, and already known English. Huh. And yes, so then Megatron gathers together his Decepticon troops, including Starscream. Who is shaped up like a Dorito with hands and legs. Or arms and legs. Yeah, many people joked about this design, and I am not the first, nor going to be the last that jokes about his. Now, I guess we can talk about the designs in this movie, I guess. This Prime looks awesome, but there's one problem. Does he have lips? Bumblebee looks pretty cool. It looks a bit too over-designed and different, but he looks cool also. Except Megatron's design. He looks fine and menacing. So then, the big fight in the city happens, you know. I've seen a drill, of course. Gotta be like Avengers and Man of Steel.
But yes, they fight in the city full of casualties. That could happen, but it doesn't matter to them, just like the Avengers. Wow! The shot of this woman is so unnecessary. So then we get to see the epic brawl between Megatron and Optimus Prime. I wonder what's going to be the first move.
So Megatron turned into a flying object and flew Optimus Prime into a big building in a big city. A flying object into a big building in a big city. Did I forget to mention that Michael Bay is also kind of tone deaf?
Forget to mention there's product placement. Here's Mountain Dew Bot. So then Sam defeats Megatron. I'm pretty sure he won't come back for a sequel.
Forgetting to mention that Jazz gets torn in half and dies.
We couldn't save him. Oh, Jazz. We lost a great comrade, but gained new ones. Thank you, all of you.
Carl really said,
"Oh, one of my longtime friends have died. Anyways, I have friends that I just met overnight."
So then Bumblebee can speak now, because most of the movie he talked through a radio. I wish to stay with the boy.
That is, if that's he wants.
It's not like he's gonna lose his voice box or anything. So yeah, the movie ends and...
Okay, so there's Sam and Michaela kissing, right? And they're making out on Bumblebee. I get it, it's a car, but it's an alien robot car. You're kissing on a person. And the Autobots are watching it happen. Why? But anyways, there's Optimus Prime making a speech.
typically, there will be at the end of a movie based off a nostalgic property, there'll be a remixed or a cover version of the original theme song. So, you would think they'll make some sort of remix techno version of the Transformers theme. No, they do not. They use a Linkin Park song, What I've Done, while Optimus Prime makes a...
With the Allspark gone, we cannot restore home to our planet. And fate has yielded its reward, a new planet to call home. We live among its people now, hiding in plain sight. We are watching over them in secret, waiting, protecting. I have witnessed their capacity for courage, and though we are worlds apart, like us, there's more to them than meets the eye. I am Optimus Prime, and I send this message to any Autobots taking refuge among the stars. We are here. We are waiting.
Another thing that Michael Bay loves, Linkin Park music. And this movie was the birth of my great running joke, if you've been a long-time viewer of this channel. Overall, what did I think of this movie?
Actually, okay, let's see. Some of the characters are not that strong. Some of them are kind of annoying and useless, and they serve nothing to, the actual Transformers. And also some of the jokes are kind of sophomoric and annoying. And also, Michael Bay is a very tone-deaf person. But the score is really good in this movie. And seeing the Transformers transform and come back after a long time was really fun to see. And Peter Cullen was a great Optimus Prime. The action sequences were also very nice. And some of the actors weren't bad. And it keeps you very interested throughout the whole thing. This movie is not a perfect movie, at all. But it's something that's really dumb, but also really fun. It's fine for what it is. And at the time, without all those sequels, it was just a movie that was a revival of 80s heroes, and see them coming to life.
But yeah, this movie is not those movies that you think of the greatest movie of all time, or wow, it's just a good movie to eat some popcorn and see robots hitting each other, because that's what you came in to see, not a serious experience. If you're expecting, you're gonna have a hard time. You're just gonna go in just to see robots hitting each other. That's what you're gonna get. This movie is dumb, but really entertaining and fun to watch. Yeah. Alrighty, here's the donut scale 7. Okay. I can't believe I complimented a Michael Bay movie. But, yeah, there you go. The first one was not perfect, but it's pretty entertaining. So yeah, that was the review of the first Transformers movie. And if you're thinking that's it, no. I gotta review Revenge of the... First, let's take a look. Taking a look at Michael Bay's Wikipedia page. His middle name is Benjamin. Here's this. Bay often traces his interest in action films back to an incident during his childhood. As a boy, he attached some firecrackers to a toy train and filmed an ensuing fiery disaster with his mother's 8mm camera. The fire department was called, and he was grounded. Bro made his first explosion as a child. Aw. Anyways, on to two racial stereotypes and Optimus Prime dying. Oh no.